things diamond painting, square around. I'm glad you are around. Grab your plate, grab your wax, get ready to sit back and relax. Don't see you're single, whatever your niche. Here is your host, a guy named Rich.
Well, hello, everybody. How is everyone today? Happy Sunday. Happy 3-day weekend if you're lucky enough to have off tomorrow. Happy beautiful weather if you're, well, here, and at least it's not negative or, single digits. It's about 60 degrees and sunny here. So I'm loving it. I got the window cracked a little bit. And is anyone else really tired? I'm tired. Why am I so tired? My watch says that I'm not getting good sleep, but I'm sleeping. So I don't get that. Help me out a little bit there. And I have a question for all of you too. A little bit later in the live here. But let's see who has joined us today. We got Cindy Bennett. Hello, Cindy. I'm sure it's warm out by you. You're probably like 60. I'd have a jacket on or something. Sarah Barden, hi, welcome on in. Eve, greetings, student Eve, sister Eve. Lighthouse on the left, Church of Diamond Painting. Diamond Art Crafter, hello, welcome on in. Let's see, Matt, sorry, that's all I have to say about what you've been subjected to in the last 24 hours, but hey, that's it. Carol Racine, hey, Rich, hey, my neighbor, and yes, my neighbor. I feel like I should take off a shoe, and won't you be my neighbor? Because Carol is not too far from here in the Chicagoland area. Heather, hello. I was hoping you do live this weekend. I want to listen along on Diamond Paint. Well, your wish is my command, because here I am for my normal live, and we're also going to be doing the second half of today's live is going to be the giveaway for week 2 participation of RomantzArt. But scrolling down below, come on back at 8 p.m. Central, and I'll be having the second annual, this was pointed out to me, I didn't even realize it when I scheduled it, but the second annual craft along or DP along or whatever you want to do along. Those of you who don't need to work tomorrow, whether you just don't work tomorrow or you have a holiday for President's Day here in the States and Canada, it's Family Day, come on back and let's hang out and let's chit chat and let's tell some funny stories and whatnot. I'll have some folks in and out with me on the live. And we do a great job at making sure that we keep up with the chat and stuff like that. And certainly if you want to pop on and you're familiar with StreamYard, feel free to make that known. But I have some fun things for this evening. As we diamond paint, I have some pop culture conversation table topics that we can go through. And just to keep the conversation moving and not get stale. It's 70s, 80s, and 90s. So it's basically, it does, like a topic, and it says, talk amongst yourself, like Linda Richmond from SNL. Let me give you a topic, discuss. If you don't know what that means, you're too young to be here probably. Anyway. So Heather, hope to see you a little bit later on. Sharon, hello from Tomball, Texas. Hello, I bet it's nice down there. Shay, hello. Queen Shay, Madam Shay, welcome on in. Nice to see you. Hi, Nancy. How are you? I was thinking about you. I need to talk with you at some point about Nancy made me a rug mug. This one has the Millennium Falcon on it, and then I have another one with an X-Wing fighter. Aren't these awesome? And she said she had some extra fabric, so I was thinking maybe I can pay her to make a couple for the Star Wars event for giveaways. She also gave me, see, I have all of Nancy's gifts at the ready, unlike other people who just, get things and I don't know what they do. But she made me 2 cover minders, and you'll see them better if I get them off the backing paper. But one is the Millennium Falcon, and then the other one is the Death Star. Don't. So I have to get those in rotation. I also got a little heart, but hearts are hearts. So anyway, hi Nancy. That was a segue there, wasn't it? Let's see. Robin, hello. Risa, hello, Risa. Nice to see you in here. Linda Kendall, welcome on in. Auspear. Catherine, hello. Crystal Washington, welcome on in. Folks are saying hi to everybody. Jaylee Lee, hello, Jaylee Lee from down in Georgia. Hope you're doing well. Ausper says they have to work. Well, you know what that means. You stay up late. No, I'm kidding. Join us for a little bit if you can. You don't have to stay the whole time. We usually go. I usually like to wrap up maybe around midnight or something, but you can be there for 5 minutes. You can be there for 4 hours. I don't care. Let's see. Discuss. Yes, Nancy, discuss. Oh, those are very cool, says Ausper. They are, aren't they? Hello, Phil and Gracie. Welcome on in. Kristen, Whiskey Witch. Hello. Welcome on in. By the way, check out, I just saw today, Kristen had posted something to her Facebook. She submitted another painting to, I think it was Dreamer Designs, but Kristen, she owns horses and she does artwork featuring her horses. And I know there's the Year of the Horse going on. So keep your eye out for some horse paintings from Kristen and her stable, if you will. Sarah says, I'm working today and tomorrow, but I enjoy your stream to keep me company. Fantastic. I'm glad to keep you company. That is completely fine. Now that's my kind of cover minder, right, Auspear? I use cover minders, but not very much. I would definitely use these. And if I don't, I would love to have these. I have a little magnetic thing up here. Put them right up there and have a little bit going along with my Millennium Falcon little lamp here. Because I guess I'm officially a dork. I don't know. Hello, Melissa. Welcome on in. Tammy's here. Sorry I'm late. No, you're not. Hit the like button on your way in. Yes, please. Hi. It's Melanie from Seattle. Welcome on in. Let's see. This is Crystal. I'm working tomorrow, but I'll be here tonight. You're working. Hi, this is Crystal. We were playing at the retreat. We were playing this game. It was like Cards Against Humanity, but text messages, and she kept using this voice for this one. Hi, this is Crystal. Let's see. Folks are saying, hi, Tammy, we've never ended before 2 a.m. I think we have. Well, maybe that's 1 a.m. my time, so maybe. Who knows? It depends. We may all just fall asleep. Who's fallen asleep on a live before? That's rude. Shouldn't be doing that. Let's see. Go. Everybody's saying crafting with Mary. Hello. Welcome on in. Dreamer Designs request Be Still My Heart. Go check out Kristen's Facebook page. And I'm reading the next comment I got thrown. But she's got a beautiful picture of a horse. I wish my dad loved horses, and he used to ride as a kid or as a young man. And he grew up in the town just east of here. And they rode, around before everything was built up. When I went back to school, one of my instructors, she was actually my advisor, but she was a psychology instructor as well. She was a Native American, and she did therapy for people with horses, that you would bring the person to a horse, and like the horse would really pick up on their state of mind or their emotions or whatnot. And I so wanted to get my dad to do that, but I don't think he understood it, and he thought he would be embarrassed, because she showed me some videos of people that they, let walk up to the horse or wheeled up to the horse or whatever the case may be. And it was absolutely amazing. So Matt says, so Dreamer Designs request Be Still My Heart. Fantastic. Feeling greasy, a little, to be honest. Greasy, are you greasy, Matt? You maybe want to go jump in the shower or something. I don't know there. Tanis, hello, welcome on in. Al says, if you're a dork, that's fine. I'm a self-proclaimed nerd. Yeah, I should probably say nerd. Like, what's the difference between a dork and a nerd? Like, I don't know. Like, we always use those terms interchangeably when I was younger. I'm not saying it was right to use them, but it's what we did. So what was really the difference? I don't know. Tammy says, I'm definitely a nerd. Okay. Eve, don't talk to me about Buc-ee's. I want another brisket sandwich. That was so good. Those are so good. You know what? When the Buc-ee's opens up in Wisconsin, it's right over the state line. We may have to go on a road trip. I may have to take all of you along. We have to go on a little road trip and get a delicious brisket sandwich. And then you can really see me nerd out over Buc-ee's. I tried to keep it together. There was one of the trips to Buc-ee's and the retreat. Buc-ee was there. Buc-ee was there. People were taking pictures with them. I acted calm and cool. No, I don't want to see Buc-ee. I don't need to see Buc-ee. I don't need my picture with Buc-ee, but I really wanted my picture with Buc-ee. Melly says, the anniversary of the birth of community papers, Rich versus Babygate. Yes, 1 year ago this weekend, President's Day weekend, you've seen the release papers, the pens, the everything on Crashly's site that she makes with community pictures. That whole concept was born this weekend 1 year ago. It was the Babygate story was my front door lock broke, and it's an old door, so the space between the lock and the wall is larger than a normal, so I had to order a special lock, and it was being overnighted, but I had no way to keep the door shut. So I have a half wall across from the door, and I wedged a Babygate that has like a crank on it to push it out. I wedged it between the two, and I thought, hey, first of all, if someone is going to get in, they're going to get in. But if they're going to get in, they're going to have to make some noise to get through this Babygate. So I've said that, and everybody thought it was just so funny. And it worked, and I stand behind it. And I'm telling you, Babygates can be security measures. And I'm going to start Schneider Security Services, and I'm going to sell Babygates to everybody. Let's see. Matt says, was just asked today the difference between nerds and geeks. I think they are all cool in modern times, but who better to explain than the professor? To me, I think the geek is like dork. Well, okay, you got dork, geeks, and nerds. Geeks and nerds are probably, I'm going to say they've probably fallen into the same category. Dorks are just maybe people that aren't as scholarly. I don't know. Tammy says, those are my favorite papers. They are mine as well. And here comes Shay with the dork is the whale of a penis. Okay, so we're now in the 4:16 p.m. We've gone off the rails. Thanks to Shay. But no, you're right. Dork is the whale of a penis. But Tammy, those are my favorite papers as well. A matter of fact, I just got a shipping notice for all of the more recent papers that were put out there. If anybody has the link to Crafts with Crashly page, if you could push it up here. And know that every week, and I think they're doing it this week, 6 p.m. Central, we all head over to Crashly's to see what their new releases are for the week, see what they've been up to. Those crazy kids are just imaginative and cranking out some great things, signing some big artists. But they have a whole new set of community papers, and you too could have, let me see, where's my pen with my face on it? You could have a pen. Look at, you have a pen with my face on it. That's what she did. Of course, Crashly has to use a little like Photoshop or something on the pictures and makes it, what is this one? Makes me look mean and stuff like that, and gives me sunglasses, but whatever. Let's see, Eve, there's a lot of equine therapy used in the addiction treatment, private pricey rehabs. Yeah, she did it as part of her practice, her psychiatric practice, but it was really neat to see. She was such an interesting lady, and she was so, I'm gonna tell you, I went back to school when I was, what, 40 something? Yeah, 40 something. And she was so encouraging. And it was the program that I was in, she was my primary advisor. And then for your final project, you had to get like a professional advisor that sort of worked in the area in which you were focusing. So she recommended one of her colleagues. So I had these two fantastic women walking me through my final project. And they said to me, are you gonna walk at graduation? And I said, no. Like, why would I do that? No one's going to be there. My dad can't come. Why would I even do that? And they looked at me and says, you have to. You absolutely have to. And if you don't, we're going to come find you. So I did. And let me tell you, when you have gone to college 1.0, as I like to say, and then be told that, you have to get a real job. So you sort of abandon your dream, and then you go back to school for something that you really enjoy, but yet is still a profession, like a not an art profession, but like a business profession. That's meaningful. That is very meaningful. And I remember going through that ceremony, and I had my cords. Like, I didn't know what any of this stuff meant beforehand, but I had my cords, and I had my all my things that I was supposed to have, the buttons for the groups and scholarships I had gotten and whatnot. And it was at that ceremony that I decided to go back, starting the very next year, to get my master's. And then I went to that ceremony. And some of my friends really surprised me, and they showed up, and that was really cool. So anyway, let's see. Comment. Yeah, Shay wins a comment. Schneider Security Solutions was conceived. Yes, the baby gate. Let's see. I heard of that, Eve, not my thing. Ran experience some other who thought would be heaven to do a ranch rehab. Now, a ranch rehab, I don't know, because so, one of my friends one time, they're like, you want to go? They do ranch vacations, so you can go and be a rancher. Like, what was the movie? The one with Billy Crystal and the cow, like that thing. That's really a thing. And one of my friends is like, wouldn't you love to do that? What about me says, let me go play in the dirt and get on a horse and go riding around? First of all, I'm deathly allergic to horses. I know, because I took care of one as part of a biology class in college 1.0. And I had to groom this horse. I almost died from allergies. But the ranch part, I mean, I would go and I would sit and watch the sunset and drink tequila, but I don't know that I need to be a rancher. But like seeing horses and stuff around here, they are just very majestic. He said, crank. I did, because that's an integral part of the baby gate. Let's see. Dork versus similar term emphasizes social awkwardness and being uncool. Nerd focus more on being highly intellectual, academic, tech obsessed. Geek often implies a high level of expertise. So I am a dork nerd. A nerd. I'm a nork. I'm a nork. I don't know. Thank you. Thank you to the biology teacher for giving that. Matt, I don't even know. The whale, the penis, and a whale's penis are two distinctively different things. I'm not even going to think about that. Thank you for the link to Crashly's site there, Tammy. Thank you very much. Sparkle Lesson Diamonds. Hello, Kat. Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you here. Everyone's saying hi to Kat. Melanie says that's an urban myth. Melanie has now thrown down, and we're going to have a discussion later about dork, whale penis, and the urban myth, I guess. Eve says, we've been missing you, Kat. How are you doing? Everyone's happy to see Kat. I'm happy to see Kat as well. Elsper said, I'm glad I did the ceremony for my bachelor's degree. It was a great time with my parents. Nice. That's cool. My cruise buddy, Lisa, she actually went to the same school, like for her college 1.0. So she was, it was cool to have alumni there, but also a friend. So that was cool. Crafting with Shay. So proud of you, Rich, because I went back to school or just because I'm here. No, like going back to school, I had worked in banking for probably about 15 years. And I thought, I don't need a degree. I'm a banker. I can do things. And I had this boss one time, and she was a dork, socially awkward, if I had that right. But she said to me, you're working for an international bank now. You really need to have a piece of paper behind you. She told me about this program at DePaul. It was an adult program. I went to the orientation, and that started my my move through the program. I did stop for a little bit when taking care of my dad got a little bit too much, because at one point I was working full-time, student full-time, and taking care of my dad. So I stopped for a little bit, and my advisor called me, and she goes, they're about to change the credit requirements. You need to get back in and finish. And so I did, and then I went on for my master's. And when I was graduating from my master's, I looked up my boss, who was no longer at the bank that I work at. I looked her up on LinkedIn, and I sent her a message. I just told her, I says, I need to thank you because you started me on this journey, and I'm now about to move to the second part of the journey. And thank you, because it does, these two pieces of paper here, I don't know. They cost me a lot of money. I'm still paying for them. But they made me realize that I could do things, and that I wasn't stupid. Like when I was in high school, I was a C student at best, but I don't know if it was because I don't think it was the time for me to excel at school, and then college 1.0 was not the time for me to excel at school. When I went back in mid 40s, I just appreciated it so much more and did much better. So there's something to be said about that. Let's see. You so busy, 2 weeks to moving date. Yes, Kat, 2 weeks. City Slickers. Yes, thank you. City Slickers. Maybe we can, I'll get on our horses and mosey out to Long Island and help Kat move. What do you guys think about that? Bring the ranch to Kat. Mel says, oh, Aaliyah, list your allergies: cats, horses, skiing. I'm allergic to cats. I'm allergic to horses. I'm allergic to dander, but like Sammy's, the way his fur is doesn't bother me. Some short-haired or the wiry-haired dogs do bother me. But typically dogs I can get used to. I haven't been near another horse, but cats I know I almost die. Mel is the whale expert. I'm going to leave that statement alone. Hi, Jaylee Lee. Everyone's saying y'all three biscuit, Dirk, Kirk, whatever. You're all three. I'm all three. What the heck am I an expert in? I don't even want to know. Let's see. Kat, hope the packing is going well. Looks like you didn't go away this weekend. No, I had to take care of some things for the house. Yes, Kat is in the middle of moving, and she's poor thing. She has some family help and stuff like that, but she's been dealing with some colds and sickness and blah blah blah. And who needs any of that? Michelle, hello. Working on Glacius right now. Gorgeous pictures. Nice. We'll talk more about the RomantzArt stuff in just a minute. I'm game. Could come up next weekend, says Matt. Oh, there you go. Get some more help there. I've been working on ideas of Kat and or Tammy at the rodeo release paper art. Yes, I'm all for release papers featuring Tammy because they're the best. So a couple things I want to talk about before we get to the RomantzArt. I don't watch a lot of TV, but yesterday I was going through a bunch of old boxes of my dad's stuff, and that were like sitting in the living room for way too long. And I found a bunch of pictures, and actually I'm going to bring those pictures to the 8 o'clock, the second annual No Work Tomorrow craft along. And I can share some of those pictures, and they're some good ones. I was born in the 70s, so there's some good outfits for sure, but there's some good ones. But I was going through, and I just needed something to have on to, sort of have in the background. So I turned on the television. I don't have cable or anything. So I went to the Amazon Fire Stick, and there's the show Traders. Anyone hear of Traders? I've been seeing ads for it and stuff like that. I thought, okay, let's just see what this is about. In the host, Alan Cummings, I've seen him in different things. I've seen him in musicals and stuff like that. So I thought, okay, at least I know what he's doing. Now I'm hooked. I had to figure out the game. I got the game. Now I'm playing the game along with the people. I'm hooked. So, and now it's season 4. So now I have to go back and catch up. But that is a cool show. So I wanted to see, it looks like a couple others here have watched it as well. This season, I was supposed to watch all the season in all the countries. Oh my goodness, there's more countries. Isn't that something? Think about how TV has changed over the years, and now it's just like they do the same thing but everywhere, and it's whatever. His outfits are the best. Yes, it is a game show. So the premise is that they get a bunch of people together in a castle, and the host, it's my understanding that season 4 was a little different. So I'll explain it as my understanding normal. He will pick 2 or 3 people to become traders. And what that means these are the people that are going to exist with the rest of the group, but they are going to be the ones responsible for kicking people off the show, essentially. And they go and do challenges, and they get money and all this other stuff. Well, this season, they did a secret trader that even the traders didn't know about. They knew existed, but they didn't know who it was. And it was Travis Kelce's mom. Oh, I probably shouldn't have said, spoiler alert, rewind. Blah, blah, blah. Not going to tell you who that secret was, but it was so, I'm like, oh my gosh. And the way that works is, anyway, so it's a complete, like, first of all, the people that they have on it, the celebrities, D-list celebrities, whatever, a bunch of housewives and stuff like that, they're actually like, they're not annoying to watch. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So I need to go back and look at a bunch of those. Hi, Sarah Ann, welcome on in. Matt says it's the only reality show I've caught that any of it catches my interest. Agree. There's so much crap out there. Um, the other type of, like, if it's a cooking reality show, I'll be there. But that's pretty much it. Let's see. There's a USA, UK, Australia, New Zealand, and celebrity versions. Wow. Yeah, I guess they've been doing a couple celebrity versions, and now this next season that they're starting to do, they're going to be doing like regular people. So who knows? Not a soccer mom says, I'm a big time horse fanatic. Love to see other horse girls here. Well, Kristen is your girl for sure. Murder. Yes, Robin. That's how Alan says it. Murder. You are up for murder. That's what they call it when you get kicked off the show, which is a little violent. I admit it's a weird word to choose, but okay. And what's with the salmon? Everyone, they go to breakfast every morning and people are like, where's the salmon? Where's the salmon? Everybody wants the salmon. I'm assuming it's like lox for bagels or something like that. But let's calm down, people. It's just salmon, you know? Anyway, let's see. They're fighting for money, traders versus faithfuls. Yes. Mel, y'all with the trash TV. Well, you know, Melanie, what would make you happy? Because I tell you about the documentaries I watch about World War II, and then you make fun of me and call me a dork. Let's see. Fear factor is good. Banished. Yep, they banish people. Why do they not make enough salmon? I don't know. And what is so good about the salmon? I don't get it. Anyway, something else I wanted to I don't know. Has anyone ever used one of these? So Sammy is doing good. We got his thyroid numbers back. His thyroid is perfect. So they said, don't change a thing. And we don't have to follow up for a couple months. Just have to continue to, keep him on a low protein diet, I guess. But he's 13. He's sore. He gets up in the morning, he limps a little bit. And when I got back from the retreat, he was limping. It seemed that his right shoulder was bothering him. And I haven't been back to the chiropractor because it is such a long drive to get out there. I need to find someone more closer. But what I think was happening is my neighbor has a lot of hardwood floors and he was shaking. And I think he just sort of, like me, right shoulder, because he has to do that too. He threw it out of whack or something. So I knew about these. I've heard about these. My neighbor used these on her dog one time, and she said she thinks it helped. But has anyone ever heard of or used an Assisi loop? So the concept is that this loop, shown here, uses targeted pulsed electromagnetic field technology, and it's a safe drug-free therapy for treating pain and inflammation. And I was reading, so I've been putting it on his shoulder, but I was also looking at with his vestibular disease or his vertigo, if you could be used for that. And it says, yeah, you can. So I've been putting it like on his head, around his ears and stuff. So, okay, if it works, great. It's expensive. This was like $350, and it's sealed, not rechargeable, can't change the battery, because the FDA has blessed these, and they said we have to make sure that it is going to give the minimum of 150 treatments. It's all you get. So they don't want you screwing with the battery. So once I do 150 treatments, it goes in the garbage. But 150 treatments versus one trip to the vet, both are $350. So, so anyway, I've been trying to use this on him. What they don't tell you is you have to get the dog to sit still. And that is a problem because Sammy doesn't like to sit still on someone else's terms. If he's going to sit still on his terms, he's fine. So I tried it the first night and he was fighting me. And he probably didn't get much of whatever this is supposed to do. So then Melanie says, you got to catch him when he's asleep. I says, oh yeah, you're right. So now I'm sneaking around the house every time he's sleeping and like trying to put this loop around him or on him at least. They said you could at least put it on like his shoulder and it will still get some benefits. It's difficult. It's really difficult and trying to get it to stay around his head and his ears and stuff like that. But I don't know if it's working. I hope it's working. There was at one point, I just got so fed up with trying to keep it on him that I did just put it on my shoulder for the remainder of the 15 minutes. It goes for 15-minute spurts. But the other danger with these things is if you try and entice the dog to lay down and be quiet, so you lay down next to them on the bed, you're going to fall asleep and not do the treatment. I did that about 2 or 3 times yesterday. And I did not get a lot as much as I wanted to. Whiskey Witch, are they lasering Sammy? Yes, he did get red lasers. Me, quit humping the laser. Name of the movie. At his normal vet when he hurt his back. But we could go back for more. Being old is painful. It is. I was going to say like father like son with the whole right shoulder thing. There's something to that. And I wish he would not take after me. So I have always, while I was going through this thing that they didn't know what was wrong with me. They thought it was an autoimmune disease. They thought it was blood cancer. They thought about all these things because my numbers were whacked. Until finally a doctor says, this is just you. You've been consistent for years. This is just you. Everybody needs to calm down. So then that's when he got diagnosed with his first autoimmune disease. So we get through that one. He gets a second autoimmune disease. Okay. Then he gets pancreatitis. Now, I never had pancreatitis, but I did have I had digestive things. So again, he's sort of going in the same direction. My thyroid has been off for years. Then his thyroid goes off. Got to fix that. And now I fall and hurt my shoulder. Now he's hobbling around on his shoulder. So there's some connection that needs to be broken for sure. Kat says, I need one of those, right? I need like a suit. They do have beds, dog beds, that have this like technology built into it that is rechargeable. I don't understand why those are rechargeable, but those are thousands of dollars. But wouldn't that be nice just to have that? Like, let me just go lay on it for a half hour and it'd be good. Holy shit, that's a boatload of money. It is, but again, like to go into his vet, it's minimum $250. To go to the specialty vet, a minimum of $350. Usually more like $500. So here's Matt. This does do something. Proves you watch Tima too much. Tima, I should make sure that Tima knows about this. Like she could wear this. I don't know. But it says here it was seen in the movie Merv. I don't know. I don't know what that movie is. But I mean the FDA approved it, but they also approved red dye number 47 that gives us an extra head. So I don't know. Austin Powers, yes, Shay, you got it. Very good. Maybe he's mimicking you. Could be. I've seen videos where dogs do that, but like the internal stuff, I don't know. Will he be still if you smear some peanut butter on the floor and he can lick the peanut butter while he's getting his treatment? Yeah, because I did that to create his artwork back there. I put a canvas, I squirted some paint on a canvas, I put it in a bag that had peanut butter on it, and he licked it and he painted a picture. Yes, I was able to, if I catch him sleeping and I'm able to put it on him gently enough and he remains sleeping, I've been successful that way. Or I just lay next to him and I bribe him with treats. But that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Kat says she'll wear it. If it really did work, I would wear it. Like if his shoulder was miraculously better today, I'd be wearing it on my shoulder to see. Speaking of, I go for my second attempt at an MRI on Wednesday afternoon. So positive thoughts that I'm not going to get squished into the machine and get pain and have a panic attack. Okay, so those are the two sections. Before we get to romance art, I have a question. Where do you guys diamond paint? Where does everyone diamond paint? And I'm not meaning like I diamond paint at a desk or an easel or whatever. Like, what room in the house do you diamond paint, and why is that advantageous for you? Because here's why I'm asking. As you can see, I'm in the smallest bedroom in my house, and it is also my office that I work from home, but then, you know, bills, everything else, whatnot. And it's also sort of like a library. I got my books over here and stuff like that. And then I have my diamond painting stuff over here. I've really been toying with the fact the front of the house, I have a dining room that I don't use. My dining room table is where I film like unboxings and things I need more room for. And I walk in there sometimes, and especially now that it's actually light out for more than 45 minutes a day, it's so bright and it's so cheery, and I can see what's happening in front of the house. And you know, it's like I have the window that I can open here, but the front door I usually have open during the nice weather. I'm thinking, should I move my stuff to there? And it would give me much more room. I could have my filming space and my diamond painting space together. But part of me is like, the adult thing to do is not use your dining room space, even though I never eat there. So I'm just wondering, like, what does everybody think? Let's see. Sarah Ann has an MRI this Thursday. Well, hey, Twinsy, hope yours goes well. Ask for the larger bore machine. That was not fun for me. Living room, so I can see TV and watch the dog, says Ausbear. Yes, the living room has a TV. I have a TV here, but normally, since I stream things, I stream it here. But I do have a TV in there that I could stream. Matt says, if you put something like that on Nugget, you'd never know anything was wrong. It's an immobilization device for sure. Like, they would freeze. Is that what you mean? I could see that. Tammy says, diamond painting in the bedroom. That I know you diamond paint all over the house, Tammy. Not asking you. Tammy has like 4 diamond painting stations, and she wants like another one. Sarah, I diamond paint in the living room because it's the only room that has room for my table. Okay. Whiskey Witch, dining room, lots of room. I use the entire table. Pain when guests come, have to move it all out. Yeah. Robin, you have a craft room. Okay. Matt says, as soon as I put anything on her, she turns into a statue. Yeah, I've had dogs like that before. That's Sammy when I put boots on him, but then he starts walking, and then he gets mad because I'm laughing too hard. Linda says she has a craft room that you can leave everything set up. Okay, living room, the only place I have room for my drafting table. Risa says, yes, move it. Sarah says, usually my living room because it's the room that they're in the most, so I can pull all my stuff out if I ever have free time. Dining room table. Matt's at the dining room table. More space just means more clutter. Problem is more space, more clutter. Chrissy says dining room, biggest table, and hang out with the pups. Linda's going to, did we at least get a deal on the MRIs? Did we get a 3-for-1 deal? Linda is going for MRI on Thursday. Anybody else this week? MRI is the test of the week. Let's all go get one. Christine says, my house has both a living room and a family room, so I took the living room, the front of the house, for the craft area. And you can leave it up all the time. Heather says, I have a diamond dot table in the living room, so I can be accessible to my family and dog. I think the place I'm having my MRI is an open MRI. Okay. I was looking into that, and first of all, I go to Northwestern Hospital. They don't have that option, but they were saying specifically for a rotator cuff injury that an open MRI it's not, the resolution isn't the greatest for that. So as long as I don't get, I mean, literally they put this thing on my shoulder and I'm in the machine, like scrunched up, and all of a sudden pain. And then everything went numb. And then everything went numb over here. And I was trying to breathe and keep it together. And it was just taking for, why does it take like a half hour for an MRI? This is 2026. You should be able to take the tricorder and go and fix it. Anyway, living room, says Melissa. Coffee table is a lift top table. Those are nice. So it brings the diamond piece closer to me. Okay. I wish dining room family, but I'm in a bedroom turned craft room. Okay. Tanis, smallest room in your house is my dining painting room, my desk in front, a window for natural daylight. See, that's what I want. I want more light. And the dining room, I would like, if I'm sitting here and I'm looking across the dining room, I'd be looking at the TV. There's a picture window there and a picture window behind me. And it's just so bright and nice and beautiful. I have a whole basement I could use, but prefer the craft room. I would prefer that too because of the light. Timing, yes, it's true, Eve. Tammy does diamond paint in all rooms of the house, including the bathroom. Interesting fact, if you didn't know that. Melly says, mine is a family room with a herd. You're an adult, your house. Use it the way that works for you. We turned our front room into a gym because that's the only space we have for a treadmill. Okay. Extra bedrooms, says Sharon. Spare rooms, says Julie. Diamond Art Crafter, both use the dining room table. Move it when we rarely need to. A lot of diamond room painters, yes, absolutely. Why must you bring that up, Eve? Well, then I brought it up to you, Tammy. So there you go. All right. So you all are giving me some fodder to consider moving out there. And I think, like to Matt's point, the more space, the more clutter. Like I have a closet that has a bunch of stuff in it, like my pens and my trays and good Lord knows what, spare drills and all this other stuff. It clutters up the office. It makes this room feel very cluttered. So I'm hoping maybe by moving out there, I can utilize the space a little bit more wisely, perhaps with some additional, like I have a toolbox, like an actual toolbox here. I'd like to get like a couple more of these and utilize the space a little bit better. I don't know. Let's see. Michelle, don't ever have a brain MRI. They put my head in a cage and said, just relax. Right. MRI with a migraine. Yeah, that would suck. I didn't realize. So they asked me, did you ever have an MRI before? I'm like, yeah. But then I didn't realize. Yeah, I've had it for the lower half of my body when I was going through my abdominal surgeries. And that way I'm just, the top of me is sticking out of the machine. I'm looking up at the sky, that light that has like the sky lens on it or whatever. When they put me in that thing, holy crap. First of all, they had to jam me in the thing because they put this, it looked like your helmet. It looked like that. And so it's taken up, and they're jamming me in this thing. Oh God, I don't want to do it again, but I'm going to do it. Open MRI isn't good for shoulder, says Robin. Yes. You got to be sedated for the MRI. I would love to be. They didn't offer me that. Like the nurse was like, did you take your medication? I'm like, no one gave me medication. So I think I may take a gummy. I don't know, just a little bit. Let's see. I don't get it either way. Why is the CT scan that is far more comfortable take like 5 seconds? Right. Half hour minimum. Right. Exactly. Julie says, why I had rotator cuff surgery. I had MRI and a fluoroscopy, a needle and pain that went with it. Oh, that doesn't sound fun at all. Solid's good for you and your channel is successful. Make room for it. Enjoy the space. My channel is successful. It is. Sarah is now scared. She has a brain MRI and a neck MRI. Ugh. Buy more caboodles. You know, these, you think you have friends. And then they go, I don't know if I showed the story, but now I'm angry about it again. So I pack all my diamond painting stuff in my toolbox. And it says toolbox right here, toolbox. Yes, they didn't have a darker blue, but this, and it opens up and it's actually like a tackle box. Okay, that I used to use when I went fishing with my dad. So I'm using my toolbox, and they're telling me it's a caboodle. A caboodle is like something from the 80s or the 90s that, I don't know, put beauty stuff in or whatever. I'm like, it's not a caboodle, it's a toolbox. And I looked it up, and the caboodle doesn't have a clear top to it. This has a clear top. Well, I'm sitting there one day, everybody's cracking up, and I'm like, what's going on? They made it into a caboodle. They named it a caboodle. So I don't know. You think you have friends, and then that's what they do to you. Kat says I like bright and sunny spaces. Agree. The only like drawback is it's in the front of the house. I have shears. I don't have blinds or anything. So when I'm up until like 2 a.m, the whole neighborhood's going to know it. But do I really care? I guess I probably don't. Trying to get better at taking unused stuff back to my storage closet. Yeah, I have that. Yeah, I'm getting that cage. Kathy discovered Tammy's Santa DP whip in her bathroom and has brought joy and laughter to unknown number of diamond painters. Yes. Oh, what would we do without Tammy? Robin says, do it. Take a gummy, says Chrissy. I'm definitely going to. I have my original caboodle. Caboodle and fanny. It's a cross body bag. Oh my gosh. First of all, trauma from when fanny packs were big and Fat Rich couldn't wear one because it didn't fit him. So now I have a cross body bag, which came in very handy because I didn't have a shoulder. I didn't have an arm. Cross body bag, and it's a toolbox. Love the Bite Me sticker. Yeah, those were the nasty Valentine's Day stickers that Mel got me. This is one of the times I'm too young or wasn't enough of a nerd dork. Berta, I had no part of it. Yes, you're correct, Berta. You had no part of that. You were not shaming my toolbox. I should have put Santa in the closet with Chad. I don't know what that means. Anyway, all right, so let's talk about those of you who may be here for romance art. Okay, Berta, it's not a merce. It's a cross-body bag. Men can wear fanny packs as a codpiece. All right. Anyway. All right. So it is week 2 of romance. Oh, let me show you. I was going to do the lead in, show you my progress. I know a lot of you posted your progress for romance art in the group. So I figure I'd show you some of my progress. Here's my temperature chart. This is turned out really cool. I'm really liking this. So I got to fill in the rest of the background and stuff, get the buildings sped up. But I'm really liking how this is turning out. Then I think I showed you what I got done at the retreat, but I don't know if I did for sure. So this is Peggy Collins, the trees, stained glass trees. So I'm probably about a third of the way through. I can't lift it up any higher because my shoulder, but look at how shiny this thing is. I am using the bling that Cheryl put together. Yeah, I'm really liking that. But here is my progress on romance art, albeit a lot less. But here is Big Dreams of Living Small, and I've gotten this one. I'm gonna hold it this way because I can fit it all in, but you can see that it's the side, it's sky, sun, and then water, and then waves and sand. Now, I am blinging this out myself, and some of the changes I made was down here. I mixed some crystals in black crystals into the black in the dirt. I also took, they had ABs in like the dark part of the wave, and I didn't like that. So I replaced them with these dark blue crystals. And I thought at first they were too dark, because here's the picture. And this is the section that we're looking at. And I was like, but when I took the drill color that they had and put it on top of here, you really couldn't see it very much. So I really think it works, and it adds so much dimension. You know, when Cheryl talks about using crystals and they suck the light in a little bit and recede, make the color recede, it really looks in person. This really looks 3D, and it's pretty cool. And we got some ABs here, and then I did some AB mocha. Some AB mocha peach or something like that up in here. And then I did more crystals in the dark part of the sky. So I'm really enjoying this. I don't know. I originally made my list. My goal was to use only stuff that I had. I don't know how I made this list, because I don't have any of the replacements that I was talking about. So I've had to figure out new ones, but I am having a good time with it. So I'm going to go ahead and let's take a look at the progress. Let me see. How do I do this? It's not a Chrome tab. Entire screen, I guess. So let me do this. And, ooh, look, I did a team all the windows. But you should be able to, let me make sure you can see this now. Yep. All right, so you should be able to see this and make sure it's big. It's big. And let's check this out. All righty. So take this done. Great progress, everybody. I just happen to see, I want that seahorse canvas. I have one of them. I may be showing another one at some point really soon here. But the colors, even like the birds, the line of birds chorus line, I was just sort of like, when I saw it, I was like, now I like it. Even the faces, like the steampunk people, oh, they're just phenomenal, and great job, everybody. And again, progress is progress, so keep on keeping on. We just got 2 more weeks to get through, and no finishes required. But I have 6 prizes to give away this week. So let's go ahead and let me stop that, add this, and I'm going to go here and share it. And I want to make sure that you are seeing it. So the progress post had, what was it, 52? Yep, 52 comments on it. So we're going to go ahead and pick 6 of those for the winner. So I'm going to start this. What do you mean giveaway not found? Let me refresh this. Oh, let me grab that again. May have been sitting there a little too long. All right, so let's grab, I want not 16, I want 6 winners. Good luck, everybody. Let's see what 6 folks out of the 52 comments are going to win something in week 2. We have a great lineup of prizes. And I think I added up all the prizes for all of the weeks. What was it like? We're almost at like $500 worth of prizes. So this is a good, nice little chunk of change, and albeit scattered out, but it's a nice, great sponsors. Thank you to our sponsors. So Allison Beam, congratulations. You are the first winner. Julie Dylan Peterson, if any of you are here, please say yay in the chat. Mary Ellen Adkins. And again, to get on this list, all you need to do is post a progress picture in the progress post that goes up Thursday mornings. And you need to do that by midnight Saturday. Then we have Margaret Mull. Congratulations. Robin Covey. And Shelly Jenkins. All right, so now go back here and do this, and then we're going to go to this and our wheel of prizes. Okay, so this week on the docket, we have 2 $10 gift cards to Bee's Crafty Corner, which is where you're going to get release papers for almost all, just a whole boatload of RomantzArt paintings. I'm looking for my here. I have a mess. This is that's True Heart. This is Fable Heart, I believe. Yes, Fable Heart. They didn't have True Heart at the time, so I got Fable Heart. But anyway, that's from the Winter King series. You got 2 Beef's Crafty Corners, a $25 gift card to the Diamond Painting Shop, who has that's where I got the Big Dreams of Living Small. Beach City Boutique, $10 gift card. I believe the gift card comes with a minimum spend, but it's good for her RomantzArt products, and she's one of the brand new sponsors, or brand new sponsors and brand new shops offering RomantzArt. Chris's Craft Corner was kind enough to give us $20. Who can't use a new 3D printed something to help us with our RomantzArt canvases? And then finally, we have Diamond Design Co. Amy gave us $10 gift cards for each of the weeks. And she is one of the newest places to offer RomantzArt. Matter of fact, probably going to have a little sneak peek for you this weekend. I think that's going to be her first romance art, or one of the very first ones. So stay tuned for that. So let's see who is going to win one of the fabulous prizes from our sponsor. So Allison, let's draw for Allison's gift, and good luck, Allison. Congratulations, Allison. You won the $10 gift card to Diamond Design Co. So you're going to be on the ground floor of her romance art offerings for sure. Julie Dillon Peterson, good luck. Congratulations. You won a $10 gift card to Bee's Crafty Corners. So some papers are in your future. Mary Ellen Atkins, good luck. Congratulations, you won the $10 gift card to Beach City Boutique. So congratulations on that. Margaret Mull, let's see what you won. Good luck. Congratulations, you won the second $10 gift cards to Bee's Crafty Corner. And now we have Robin Covey. So we have a choice here between Chris's Craft Corner and I believe that's Diamond Painting. I forget who that is. I know who it is, my friend. Let's just spin, Rich, dummy. Good luck. Diamond Painting Shop. Congratulations, Robin. You won the $25 Diamond Painting Shop gift card, which means that Shelly Jenkins, congratulations, you won the $20 Carissa's Craft Corner gift card. Congratulations to all of our winners, and thank you all for putting the your participation posts out there. Doesn't it, Eve? That's why I picked it, because it goes with the Winter King theme. I thought that was cool. So this is how this works. I will I'm going to go through the Google Forms. So if you filled out a Google form, I should have your email address. I'm going to email you either the instructions or the actual gift card code. A lot of our sponsors want you to email them directly, so I'll just send you, here's the email that you need to send your information to, and they'll take care of you. Give me about a week to get that done, just because there's some communication goes back and forth. Folks that won last week, y'all should be taken care of, with the exception of, I think, one, because we were waiting to hear back from Capture by Radiance. They're on vacation. They go on vacation when China goes on vacation for the new year. So it was a little difficult to get track them down. So I have what I need. So I will be getting that out to you. If I don't find a form for you, please watch your messenger, your YouTube messenger, because I'm going to come to you here or on YouTube through the group and message you to get your email address. And again, these posts go up on Thursday morning, close midnight Central on Saturday night. All you need to do is post one drill placement. Progress is progress, and you are entered to win prizes from our fabulous sponsors. So that's all I have for everybody today. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I hope everyone has a good week. Diamond painting and a good week in general. Remember, 6 p.m. Central, so 50 minutes from now, 49 minutes from now, let's tune over into Crafts with Crashly, see what they are up to. And then tonight, 8 p.m., here on Speaking of Diamonds, I'm going to be live. And we're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to hang out, and we're going to craft together, whether you're diamond painting or doing whatever. And let's just hang out and celebrate those of us who don't have to work tomorrow. And if you do, come on and hang out for as long as you can. We have a lot of laughs. So thanks, everybody. I will talk to you next time. Have a good week, and thank you for the good luck with your MRI to the other people as well. And if you're not getting an MRI this week, what's wrong with you? Kidding. Have a good one. Bye-bye.